Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I pulled for you the Lord of Cups, the King of, or the Lord of Jades, which is the King of Pentacles in many decks. This is your ability to be secure and stable as a result of your mastery of your craft or skill. You've built up your stability in such a way that you are now in a position to be generous. Your work that you've developed has the power to teach others whatever that work is. And there's a very specific message that has been coming through very powerfully for you, Scorpio, that you are actually building up a body of work. So this obviously relates to creatives. As a creative, those are often how the messages come to me. But this can relate to anything, whether it is artistic or not. If you are a business owner, you are building up your inventory, for example, building up your catalog, preparing to establish your inventory in order to sell a business. Those are some not outside the arts perspectives or possibilities, but for creatives, I feel specifically you are building a body of work very solidly. And this work is shining a spotlight on where the collective unconsciousness intersects or is absorbed by the individual subconscious. You're shining a light on the underground, on the things that happen beyond or beneath our conscious mind, the things that actually motivate us. So whatever that means to you, this feels like a real focus or theme of the work that you are creating. This is a general reading, Scorpio, so it's not going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information about that is in the description box below. If you are enjoying my content, if you do enjoy it, I will be sure to point out that I'm going to link another video or playlist along this particular video, and it is quite possibly featuring January's full moon, which is just recently evaporating for us. So that is part of an offering that I hope you will take up. In your present, we have the Lady of Cups or the Queen of Cups. And this is describing this tremendous reservoir of feeling that you safely protect and channel into your work. I feel like you are at this time a sponge, and it is very important that you maintain your space in a natural environment around people that recognize, appreciate you, or understand that you value your space, that your silence is sacred, and that you use that time to channel your feelings, your experiences into your work. This can also indicate that the intent of your work, the placement of your work, your products, your services is intended as a service, is intended as a way of guiding others, supporting others through difficult times, dark times. And this is a way that you have of nurturing and attending to the very complex emotions that can steer us in these very chaotic times. In the past, the Three of Staffs, you've been setting up this particular project or business for a while. this started sometime in the past where you identified the path you're on, the product or service you're developing. Given your expertise in your area of effort, it is likely that this has been many years in culminating to a place where you understand clearly what this specific project is. And it feels like a culmination. It feels like now you're clear on what the body of your work looks like. If you're creative, now you're clear on what the purpose of your business how it can continue to serve others. So setting this up has been something you've been attending to with the view to serve unfamiliar audiences. You've cultivated your practice, your craft in a familiar environment, and now you're ready to understand better the needs of new audiences, new cultures, new locations. In the future, the Two of Staffs is about the long-term focus of your legacy, so that you are looking at the journey to get to where you are now. And for many of you, the journey has been very, very long, and you have spent a lot of your time simply affirming and cultivating your gift or expertise. But you now understand that what you have developed for yourself, of yourself, can be available to a much broader audience, to more people, in a way that helps you to grow, that helps you to expand. Because despite your achievement or accomplishment, you understand that this is an ongoing process. Growth, healing, is something that you're committed to. It may be even embedded in your project. Whatever you're doing, you're positioning yourself in a way to teach this to others, to share this to others, to present this to others in a way that makes it accessible to them. If this reading is resonating for you, Scorpio, please like this video. Please share this if you are so inclined, and please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Thank you for supporting me in order to make free videos. I can hardly believe that I am more excited than ever after a couple of years on YouTube to continue to do this work. So thank you for helping me to do that. And I pulled the regret card. I know that I cannot change the past. And it's interesting that I do believe for many of you, it isn't that the regret or loss, the remorse of the past are things that motivate you to, as content for your work, as content for your creative expression. So that the stories of your past are what you are extracting lessons from and creating stories that convey the complexity of our lives. Unconscious motivations are difficult to fully understand except by artistic devices, metaphor, visual language, music. There are so many ways that the complexity of our experience can be conveyed, and that more often than not comes from lessons learned, difficult experiences. So I do feel that regret is a tool that you use to dig more deeply into the superficialities of your experience. In the present, the Lady of Cups is clarified by the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Wands. You're leaving the resistance behind. There are people that think that your path is the wrong path, that you shouldn't be doing what you're doing, that you're not the right person for this or that your principles are misaligned, etc. There are plenty of critics out there for, in many ways, uh, not always for the right reasons. However, despite your ability to recognize that a lot of the resistance you receive is not about you, it is more about fear, because you, I suspect, are digging into some very deep, complex, even forbidden topics. And in that way, you are touching a lot of tender flesh, a lot of sensitive areas that people feel uncomfortable about. You are brave, you are strong, you have been doing this work for a long time. So it isn't that you don't feel uncomfortable sometimes, or impacted by the difficulty of some of the subject matter. It's just that you understand that there is beauty in the complexity, in the pathos or the tragedy of experiences, and from those we can learn. And so you're actually channeling some of that resistance into a forward motion towards creating something unique, narrating your story with your voice so that it motivates you in your own growth, as well as offers opportunities for others to gain insights into their own experiences. In the past, the Three of Staffs is clarified by the King of Wands and the Six of Wands. Wow. Yeah, I have a feeling that you have been leaping from adventure to adventure, from victory to victory in your clarity about how you are setting up your practice. You enjoy uh, committing to the collective process, learning in groups, working with others with whom you can share resources, even if your work is indeed a solitary pursuit. But you have felt a strong sense of forward progress, of being recognized incrementally as you have moved forward, and that is more valuable to you than anything. The recognition of your peers, the ability to support one another in very vulnerable private practice is something that heartens you, that gives you courage and bravery to keep on. In the Two of Staffs in the future is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Pentacles. We're kind of going back to the beginning here. I feel that there is an element of divine timing, everything coming together for you. There is certainly an element of karma to this. There is a recognition by the universe that you have been taking the steps, you've been doing the work, and that actually you've now come to a place where you can, in fact, build and complete this body of work. This was the initial message that I received for you. And I do see that now you are taking the pieces and elements of your practice and you're understanding how to put them together. And that's what constitutes this body of work. It's rather than piece by piece, depending on whatever your creative practice is. So this feels like a moment for you, but a moment where you can actually stand still and understand how everything is fitting all together. This is really exciting. I am feeling so excited. So let me finish off this reading. with a crystal oracle, hoping that this is helping you, providing some insight for you. And I pull the celestite, and this is the crystal of the day. Tune into your serenity. Who needs celestite? Anyone brazenly ignoring the consistent inner voice that actually has some good ideas for how you might better handle this whole life thing. Where to put celestite as a calming adornment wherever you meditate or pray. When to use celestite when it's time to stop and really listen. With celestite as a guide, you might be surprised what you hear. If you are enjoying this content, I will link a video that has some content about the January full moon, which is dissipating in our approach to the new moon at the end of the month. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and until next time, namaste.